Costa, just first of all, the injury that kept you out of the game against Perth and allowed you to come back, obviously, the other day. Can you just give us some insight into what kept you out of that one game?
Yeah, it was a less than a grade 1 soleus, which is a lower calf. I think it had to do a bit with the pitch, and MacArthur was very heavy. The game was quite slow, which I'm told causes that sort of injury. I've never sort of felt that part of my body before, so it was an 8-day turnaround roughly, and it would have just been a bit too soon to make the Perth trip, and I think it sort of showed I was ready to go last weekend, and look, turns out great. You know, I don't feel bad for missing the game when we pick up results, and then yeah, hopefully it just is good from now, and I felt great last weekend.
That MacArthur game, I mean, there was a bit of difficulty wrapped around that as well, wasn't there? Players out, Rufer goes down in the warm-up, it's delayed for thunderstorms, and you still get the result, couple of goals for you. How satisfying a result in the overall context of the season was that?
Yeah, I mean, they're a tricky side. I'll probably say that for a few teams in the comp, but they pick up wins, they take points off everyone, and they're sitting third, I think. Roof's pulled out in the warm-up. We were delayed twice. I think Chiefy probably changed his mind 2-3 times in that time. And look, it worked. You know, I think we played well to the conditions, to the game plan. And like I said, it's not quite a 6-pointer, but it was very important because of how well they're doing too.
Let's bring it forward to the Adelaide game on the weekend. You know, it's 1-0 and then they go 1-1, and then I look down and there's 4 of you. Can you just, you know, ready to come on, can you just talk about the conversations that happened immediately prior to that? Did Chiefy just say, look, everyone's going on?
Yeah, so before the penalty, I think Hughesy was going to come on, and I don't know, potentially go to a back 3, I don't know. That's just what I'm guessing. And then obviously they scored, so the onus was on us to go push for a winner. And then, you know, usually hear one name called out and he's called out 3 or 4, and yeah, look, I've never seen it or never been a part of that before, but look, it paid off. I think 30-40 seconds in, and we scored the second goal, and great thinking by him, and put a bit of energy back into the team, which was good. When
you go on like that, I guess, well, I'm only imagining that you take a few minutes to find your feet, but all of a sudden, as you say, 30 or 40 seconds in, you've played in down the right-hand side, and you're in a really good goal-scoring position. Yeah. Is your body ready for that at that time?
Yeah, not really, and not in a negative way. I hate doing it. I hate coming on, because you go warm up at about the 50th minute, and then by the 53rd you could be getting pulled over, and you haven't, you know, opened up the body, the legs. And look, I warmed up. I had a decent amount of time, but it is hard. And to be honest, I probably feel worse after coming on, because it's so like high paced and you go straight into it, than I would have probably started and played 60-70 minutes. So it is a tough gig, and you know, the boys that come on and make an impact, you got to take your hat off, because it's not easy.
But it worked out so well. You know, you set up a goal to the far post to Oldie, he pulls it back. How pleased were you for Oscar Van Hattem that he finally got his first goal in Phoenix colours?
Yeah, I mean, he's sort of been knocking on the door a bit, and he's come on and made a positive impact a couple of times this year with the red card that he made Adelaide get, and he set me up against Sydney. So look, he's come on and he's been a threat, and you know, the goal was probably going in without his touch, but just for him to have that hunger and the confidence to go after it and knock it in, it's great for him, and hopefully he can keep contributing for us like pretty much everyone in the squad has.
And the build-up to it, as I say, was yourself and Ben and Oldie after the game the other day said that he's really enjoying the partnership that the two of you are forging. Are you feeling that with him as well, a real connection with Ben Old?
Yeah, I mean, I just know when I've got the ball, he's a willing runner, and I know he'll look to be direct and get into position where he knows I'll find him, and vice versa. You know, I think there's been a couple of nearly moments with him finding me, and even the first goal against MacArthur, you know, a few rounds back, he played with the ball and run underlap and found him, and we scored. I think we've got a sort of similar sort of thinking with football, where you know where the other person wants the ball, and you know where you need to run to get the ball back. So it's great. Hopefully I can set him up with a few more, and hopefully he can set me up with a few more too.
And tricky little couple of games coming, well, not tricky, but some challenging games. Melbourne City away on Saturday, then Sydney FC, who are in good form, one of your former teams, coming to play you in Auckland. Does it feel like I don't know whether it's pivotal, but a interesting little 2-week stretch for you guys?
Yeah, especially before the international break. But you know, it's so tight that if you interviewed me 2 weeks ago, I would have said it's a pivotal couple of weeks as well. So the main thing is that we just need to keep picking up points and picking up wins. You know, there's teams breathing down our neck, but also we've dealt with it so far. So we just need to keep going, believe that we're a really good side, which we are, and go out and push for 3 points in both games, and then, you know, the international break and the last sort of push after that. So, yeah, it might be, it might not be, don't know, but every game's important for us. That's the truth.
And you've been in championship winning sides, a number of them. Does this feel like a championship winning side?
Yeah, I mean, there's elements to us that I think, you know, there's boys playing beyond their sort of years, boys playing out of their skin. Just the, you know, couple of last-minute winners, last-minute penalty saves. Things have been going well, but, you know, it's round 20, you know, so I believe there's enough quality here to do it. Whether we do or not, it's going to be more fine margins, like I said before. But I believe we can, and I think everyone here does. But we just really need to kick on from here, and I think even go another gear, which I think we can. And
just finally, just a word on the All Whites. You mentioned the international window coming up, a couple of games, and then there's Nations Cup, and it's quite a busy time for the All Whites. Is that something you're keen to be involved in again?
Yeah, I've said as long as I'm, you know, playing at this level, I'll never turn it down or never say no or retire. And yeah, I'll be keen to go this window and beyond. Look, I understand there's a lot of young players coming through and they're doing well around the world, so I'm just going to put my best foot forward, and I think the national team knows I'm always there for them or to be picked when I'm needed, and take it window by window really and see if I can carry on to that next World Cup.
Pine, you mentioned your combination with Ben Old. How much growth have you seen in him this season?
Yeah, I saw the potential last year as well, and he was a bit sort of setback with injuries, and even early this year he was too. But you could sort of just sense that if he got that run of games, that he could be a big contributor for our team. And look, he's growing in confidence every week. He's contributing a lot, and he looks like he is a threat for us going forward. He's not afraid to do the work on the other end too, so he just needs to keep building, and it's great for us to have him in our team.
And you mentioned Oscar Van Hatten as well, scoring that first goal. What do you think that's going to do for him going forward? How important is that first goal as a forward?
Yeah, probably a lot of weight off his shoulders. Look, I don't think anyone's putting that pressure on him or expecting him to come on and perform miracles for us, but like I said, he's been positive pretty much every time he's played. Even the games he started, he's been asked to play a bit out of position, playing wing back or sort of a bit further back, and he's done well. But I think just for him mentally, it will be a huge sort of hurdle for him that he's got over, and maybe he can and put a few more away for us coming on late, or whether he starts and put us in a good position.
And are you someone for stats? Are you aware of where you're sitting all-time A-League goal scorer at the moment?
Oh, yeah, I think caught up to Archie. Yeah, so
you got Smeltsy in your sights, top scoring Kiwi in the A-League?
Yeah, I'll get him. What is it, a couple more? Yeah, I'll get 2 or 3 more by the end of the year, yeah.